I was asked a few minutes ago on an American network whether Sir Keir Starmer had got off to an uncertain start as British Prime Minister. I said no. No, there's no doubt at all. He has got off to the worst start of any Prime Minister in living memory. They are a complete shower.
Nigel Farage has unleashed one of his fiercest attacks yet, branding Keir Starmer's leadership the worst start for any British Prime Minister in living memory. Farage accuses Labour of waging war on the very foundations of British society. Farmers, small businesses, and private sector workers, all facing the squeeze of heavy-handed regulations and punishing new tax burdens. But it doesn't stop there. According to Farage, these policies aren't just mistakes. They're a direct assault on the UK's core values and institutions. And if Labour continues unchecked, he warns, the road ahead will be darker, harsher, and more uncertain than ever before. What he says next might just change how you see the direction Britain is heading.
About to try and destroy the family farm. Just this morning I was walking the dogs and I met the local lady from the farm. She said, we're 6 generations. We have a 13-year-old son. What are we going to do? Can you imagine the impact in Wales on family farms that have been there for generations? So they're attacking anybody that has land. They're attacking anybody that has savings. They don't seem to think that success is a good thing. They talk about 4-day weeks, work from home, life-work balance. Oh, we're so much more productive at home, darling. It's all nonsense. This country, we are in economic decline. We are getting poorer with every single year that passes. Our national debt tripled under the Conservatives. Individually, the gross domestic product measure of our individual wealth has fallen for 6 of the last 8 quarters. We are in societal decline, where crimes like shoplifting are now almost ignored, where Class A drug use is completely out of control, and yet the instincts of a Labour government are to ban us having a cigarette in a pub garden. They have no understanding of the 5.5 million men and women that run their own businesses, that act as sole traders. This budget punishes anybody that does their own thing, punishes anybody that works in the private sector. But if you work in Whitehall, if you work for the government, if you work in the public sector, your job is secure and your pension with it. These are all recipes to make our country poorer. But our decline economically and socially can be put down above all to one thing: mass immigration into our country, scale that could never even have been imagined. Never been imagined. A population increase of 10 million in the last 20 years alone, and 85% of that down to immigration. Is it any wonder you can't get a GP appointment? Is it any wonder your kids and grandkids find it all but impossible to get on the housing ladder? Is it any wonder that in many of our towns and cities, the sense of community, the sense of belonging, the sense of togetherness is breaking down? And yet none of them even want to talk about it. So for over 100 years, Labour have been the dominant party in Wales. And since devolution, you've had a continuous Labour government. And what has it brought you? An NHS that is performing literally doubly as badly as the NHS in England, failing education, crackpot, and I mean crackpot, wokery. I mean, the thought that Lloyd George's former home is going to become LGBT friendly goes slightly against the odds of the man's record, if I can leave it as politely as that. Diversity, equality and inclusion running through all forms of public sector governance in Wales. Well, do you know what we say? We don't care what colour you are. We don't care what religion you are. We are not in the least bit interested in what you do in the bedroom. We don't care. We will judge you as a human being. We will judge you, are you somebody that fits in with our community? Are you somebody that shares our values? Are you somebody that obeys the laws and pays your now over-inflated taxes? We do not believe in this reverse discrimination that is going on, because all it is doing is dividing the country. And that's what Labour's about. It's about two-tier Britain, two-tier divisive Britain. And I could go on a list of failures, is how completely out of touch they are with reality. The imposition of 20-mile-per-hour speed limits. And wasn't that amazing that that petition that was put up against it, just in Wales, got nearly 500,000 signatures? We could add to that the damage that national policy is doing to Wales. What is happening at Port Talbot is an absolute disgrace. Wales will cease to be a producer of primary steel. Instead, there'll be a new green steel plant reprocessing second-hand steel, which is not the same as the main thing. And frankly, on net zero, I think this government, this national government, is in very, very big trouble. Ed Miliband, I mean, who thought he was coming back, you know? He made such a mess of it last time, I can't believe they wanted him back. Ed Miliband promised that green energy would cut household bills by £300 a year. That was in their manifesto. In fact, if you look at the 171 wind farm auctions that have been successful, both onshore and offshore, the strike prices are about double the current going rate. We are guaranteed much more expensive electricity over the course of the next 10 years. And we're relying more and more on a form of energy that is intermittent. Had you noticed the wind has hardly blown for the last week? This stuff doesn't work. And we only keep the lights on by now importing from Norway and from the continent 12% of our energy needs. At any point, if there was a problem in Europe or Norway, the lights could literally go out. Our manufacturers have the most expensive electricity in the world. Your domestic bills are 2.5 times that in America. And what we're calling for, and what we'll fight for, is sensible energy and environmental policy. This country must be self-sufficient in energy. It must be. We will be the party that can bring down people's household bills. We'll be the party that says we cannot go on with massive increases in immigration. It is damaging the quality of life of virtually everybody that is living in this country. The other big issue that enrages people because of its sense of unfairness are the young men crossing the English Channel in dinghies. Now over 140,000 of them. And these are not, as the BBC might tell you, poor, desperate people. Increasingly, they're aggressive young males coming into our country to get involved directly in criminality. We've even got one charming one at the moment who's arrived with a Kalashnikov on his face, who's threatening to kill me. He's not alone in wanting that, obviously, but there's no end in sight Starmer won't smash the gangs. The Conservatives made promises they could never, ever keep. And the reason people are enraged by it is because they seem to get everything for free, whilst homemade Brits don't. And it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. In the London Assembly this week, there was a motion passed to urge Mayor Khan to give asylum seekers, i.e. those that have come illegally and claimed asylum, free travel on London buses, supported by the Liberal Democrats, the Labour Party, the Greens, and the Conservatives abstained, which just about sums up what a wet weekend of a political party the Conservative Party now are. Only Reform voted against that lunacy as bus fares go up right across the country. We will not tolerate living in a two-tier society. We will not tolerate living in a society where British people get put to the back of the queue and those that come illegally are given everything out of our massive taxes. We won't do that.
As Nigel Farage makes clear, the challenges facing Britain today are impossible to ignore. Our economy is stalling, crime is rising, and policies from this government are punishing the very people who work hard and keep the country moving. Farmers, small business owners, and local communities feel under siege, while a system of dependency and failure is being rewarded. It's time for real change, a government that backs success, defends the values that built this nation, and puts Britain's interests first. We cannot afford to sit back and watch Great Britain slip further into decline. If you believe in a Britain where hard work is rewarded, where children's futures are safeguarded, and where we stand strong on the world stage, then now is the time to act. Thank you for watching. This channel is here to keep you informed about the issues that matter most for our country's future. Make sure to subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. I'll see you in the next one.